All right, we are here with Thomas Hennessy. What was your role on the Blue Beetle Season 2?
I was the director of photography / cinematographer, camera guy.
Do you have any other names for it?
Camera operator, camera guy, camera expert.
Tell me what it was like at first. Like, what exactly got you involved in the Blue Beetle project?
I met Donald working on Romeo and Juliet, the true story. I was a cinematographer on that film, which was directed by Christopher Turner, who plays a part in the Blue Beetle. Met Donald on that. We chatted. He showed me his web series. Said, "Hey, I'm shooting another season. Would you be interested in shooting it?" And I said, "Yeah."
Was there anything in particular that drew you to the series?
I like comic books, superheroes. I'm kind of, into that stuff, so that was kind of cool. Donald's such a nice gentleman. How you say no to him?
Was there any particular moment when you were filming this that you were super impressed with your work or how the production worked or anything in particular like that?
Super impressed with my work? No. Let me think. There was some fun stuff. We had a lot of different things that were definitely a lot of fun on set. You know what? My favorite day to film, I think, was we filmed a scene at a gym that had a lot of mirrors in it. And I thought it was a lot of fun because we were able to do all sorts of kind of cool things with the reflections and like how we covered a scene. So that was probably the day that stands out as the most fun. It's like the most challenging at the same time, but like it was different. We got to do some things that we couldn't do in the other scenes, obviously.
There are always questions that we get from our large fan base, and our fan base doesn't normally ask the questions you would expect. Sometimes you would expect them to say what kind of lenses did you use with the camera.
Nobody really cares about
what was the casting process like.
Yeah.
No, I guess you're right. But anyway, so they do have a question for you, and they were kind of taking a look at you and getting a rough estimate of what your age was, and it looks like Joey Bellagio, he has a question here for you. He wants to know if you can put something to rest.
Okay.
What is the the better entertainment system, Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo?
It's a good question, Joey. I would say that Sega Genesis was a better gaming system. I used to have a Sega Genesis, and I had the NHL hockey game for it because I was way into like Kevin Smith movies, and like that's what they would play in like Mallrats and Chasing Amy. They would play hockey on the Sega Genesis. So like I say Sega Genesis just for that reason alone.